If you play this game long enough, you will get a sense of when things are about to go wrong. And that's exactly what I'm feeling now. And as we come into the back end of the season, the fixture congestion is just about more than this young team can take. Let's go and kick some balls. Hello and welcome back to Norwich, part 36, season 5, here in the Ferguson save set in the future. And you do get a sense, the more you play this game, you will know when things are about to go wrong. As you can see, we are sitting on top of the league. We have played 31 and we have 69 points. We have a much superior goal difference to Chelsea, but Chelsea, who are not in Europe, are breathing down our necks. 4 competitions is just proving far too much for this very young Norwich team. And not only is the pressure of fixtures a big problem for them, but players are wanted, they are wanted, they are wanted, and it goes on, and this is mounting pressure constantly. And we need to be out of 2 of the competitions, and I do suspect that this is where it is going to happen, because today we will be away at Chelsea in the quarter-final of the FA Cup. And then we will follow that very quickly with an away trip to Milan, and things are hotting up here at Norwich. And I think it's time now to leave 1 or 2 of these competitions. If we can win the league this year, that will be much better for us than any cup competition that we might be in. And that might be because it may persuade players that it's worth staying for another season as champions of the Premier League. It will also be good for the save itself if we can win the league, because we will gain a total of 150 points for achieving the first title at the club 2 years before we are supposed to achieve it. But before we go on to what has been happening both on and off the pitch, if you are brand new to the channel, you like FM content, you love to see people like me suffering playing this game, then you are definitely in the right place. So why not like, subscribe, watch the videos, comment, help the channel to grow and help us to support the British Heart Foundation. So let's have a quick look at what has happened on the pitch since you were last with us. And when you were last with us, you saw us have that 1-1 draw against Chelsea after beating Roma in the Champions League knockout phase. And that was a very good result against Chelsea, and we followed that with a 4-0 FA Cup 5th round victory over Blackburn. And that was then followed by a 1-0 away victory at Manchester City. Things were looking very good at this point. But then we played in the Champions League round of 16 first leg at home to Milan, and we could only manage a 1-1 draw. But then that was followed by the EFL Cup final against Tottenham, and a last-minute goal by Fanadi was enough for us to win our first trophy of the season. Of course, in terms of the save, we get no points for winning the Carabao Cup final, as we've already won the domestic cup. We were very fortunate against West Ham away in the next fixture when we came from behind. We came from 2-0 down to win that game by 3-2. But I get a sense, especially at the back, that things are not going to plan at the moment. We have a number of defenders who are wanted, their concentration is poor, and we are leaking goals at the moment. And I do feel now that things are going to start going wrong. And it is just simply fatigue and fixture congestion. We do not have a squad capable of being in 4 competitions. So these are going to be 2 exceptionally difficult games. Chelsea away in the FA Cup quarter-final and Milan away in the second leg of the round of 16 in the Champions League. And just some other news before we do go to the games. Zaprapoulis has signed a brand new contract, which is extremely good news. But on the negative side of that, Fortes and Hossoya are both unwilling to sign new contracts due to the interest that is being shown in them. Our players are still wanted. We cannot get away from this. At the moment, Kamara's wanted, Bonilla is wanted. It is impossible at the moment to negotiate a contract with Bonilla. He just simply wants far too much money, in excess of £250,000 a week in terms of his salary. Fortes really wants to go to Newcastle. Clark Pook is wanted again. Gotts is wanted, although I won't have any problem letting Gotts go. He does become a nightmare at times. Carioca is wanted. I intend to let him go at the end of the season anyway. He's getting on a bit now. And Matic now is also wanted. But this has been something that's been happening all through the 4 years that we have been at Norwich already, and we've got used to that, and so it is simply a case of we will replace players as and when they leave in the summer. But it is disruptive to the team, and winning the Premier League this season becomes really important, because if we do end up as champions, players are less likely to want to leave for other clubs. But we do have a very, very big game coming up. We have the FA Cup quarter-final against Chelsea coming up now. Let's go and kick some balls. And so the team for today in the FA Cup quarter-final is Prescott in goal, with Carioca, Bonilla, Lee and Kamara at the back, Flores, Fortes and Zaprapoulis in midfield, with Pook, J. Neal and Wilden up front. And I don't mind either way. As long as we don't get hammered, I'll be perfectly happy. I can't see us progressing any further in the FA Cup, and to be perfectly honest with you, this team needs to be out of the FA Cup and we need to be out of the Champions League. So we are doing well, we're on a good run. I've got faith in you, go out and make a difference, but it's not a big deal if we don't win in the FA Cup. And Chelsea have made the better start. And they do have a free kick, and they're going to fire the free kick into the box, and it's a chance, and it's headed over the crossbar. And Chelsea are dominating the early exchanges. We need to try and get back into this game as soon as possible. We've created one chance. We are coming back into the game, but we are giving away a lot of free kicks, and that is a bit of a concern. So what I might ask the players to do is to stay on their feet. They're very, very pacey, Chelsea. They've brought in this season a number of very pacey players. They have pace all over the pitch. In fact, one of their centre-backs has acceleration of 18. And I don't know where they found these players, but I wish I could. And Chelsea are bursting through the middle. They are in. They are going to score. It's Chelsea 1, Norwich 0. It's the worst possible start we could have had, but I will accept this. It's going to be a hammering, I think, but it's fine. I don't want to be in the cup competitions anymore. I need to win the league, and in order to win the league, we're going to have to be out of these competitions. And at the back, we continue to be woeful. We have to play with a standard line, because they are just too pacey, and if they start hitting those balls over the top, they're going to catch us out time and time again. And at the moment, they are winning the game easily. They're dominating possession, they're dominating chances. I don't know why in the early season we were as good as these teams. We're simply not as good as these teams, and Nick Prescott's having a bad game in goal already. And if we are not as good as these teams, how come we were winning our games at the beginning of the season? This game doesn't make any sense to me. And maybe that's the way the game is designed, not to make any sense. We shouldn't be nowhere near the top of the league. Just look how Chelsea are dominating this match. And if we get lucky, we get lucky occasionally, but we seem to get lucky against these big teams a lot, and that shouldn't happen. And here is J. Neal bursting down the right. He's looking to get the ball into the box, and he does. Carioca into the box, and we have equalised somehow. And it is an own goal from Chelsea, and I'm not going to pronounce his name, but we haven't been in the game, but somehow J. Neal has brought us back into the game. A good burst down the right. Found Carioca. Ball to Zaprapoulis. Zaprapoulis' shot would have been saved, but it hit the Chelsea defender, and it is now Chelsea 1, Norwich 1. And I did say, as long as we don't get hammered, it's not a big deal. But Chelsea are another set piece and headed over the crossbar. We should maybe have done a little bit of work on our set pieces during the week. I did do a little bit of work on delivery. I'm noticing that Flores is getting tired. We're still in the game. I don't know how, but we are still drawing with Chelsea. It's Chelsea 1, Norwich 1. The last thing I want is a replay, so we'd better have a result at the end of this game. And so we're going to go to the dressing room. We're going to say you're doing well. Keep working hard until full time. The result might come. You never know. And we're just going to keep going. And Flores is quite tired. Chelsea have made a substitution already. And maybe I need to be thinking about Flores now as we come up to the 60-minute mark. It's still Chelsea 1, Norwich 1. Chelsea have absolutely dominated this game. We do have a corner, though, and Pook fires in the corner into the centre of the goal, and there's a chance. And is that a penalty, referee? We don't get many of those little decisions, but we are in and we have scored. And Wilden has made it 2-1 to Norwich. I don't believe this. I cannot for the life of me fathom out how we are beating these teams. They are way, way better than us. Pook's pass across to Wilden, and Wilden does what Wilden does, and he puts it away. It's now Chelsea 1, Norwich 2. It's almost time to go and make some changes. We've got some tired bodies out there. Zaprapoulis looks for Neil. Neil can't get on the end of it. Chelsea are under the cosh a little bit in this second half, and Flores picks up the ball. He's robbed. I did say he was looking a little tired. He has won the ball back. Here is Jay Neal. Jay Neal's having a very good game today, even though his rating's only 6.7. He finds Zaprapoulis out wide. Zaprapoulis finds Fortes. Fortes working his way towards the box, and with the outside of his foot, he puts it over the crossbar. I think it is time to bring Fortes off now. Although he has got second wind a little bit, Flores is tiring at the moment, so we will take Flores off, and we will bring on, I'm pretty sure I did have a spare DLP. I'll just have a look after this highlight, and never leave your subs bench to the assistant. It's never a good idea. But we're defending okay today. It's still... Chelsea are through. Chelsea have equalised. Is it going to be offside? The referee's checking VAR. I think he was onside, and I think it's going to count. The goal will stand. It's now Chelsea 2. It has been disallowed. It's still Chelsea 1, Norwich 2. It is now time to make some substitutions. He was marginally offside. Well done, boys. And we've kept them out. Let's go and make these changes. And so we have made our changes as we go into the final 20 minutes of the game. And Chelsea are another set piece and another header over the crossbar. They have made more changes, and I need to go and deal with those. And so we have made our final changes, but it would not surprise me to see Chelsea win this game. Chelsea have mixed up their formation a little bit. Hossoya drives in a free kick. We do have a chance, and it's well saved by the goalkeeper. We've pretty much dominated the second half, but here come Chelsea on the counter-attack. Matic, who's just come on, was caught in possession there, and he needs to recover the ball. Chelsea are coming forward. We've managed to recover the ball. Well done, and we now can build. But the highlight has come to an end, and it's very, very nervy here. It's Chelsea 1, Norwich 2. Chelsea are starting to look like they are going to be the stronger team. We need to be picking up these players that they've brought on. We have instructed the team to tight mark them, to stop them creating chances. But can we do it? We've done well so far, and that's nice. Well done by Lee. At last I say well done, Lee. Hossoya finds Wilden. Wilden looks for Hossoya again. Hossoya, who is fresh, he's bursting down the left. Gets a ball into Fortes. Fortes is into the penalty area. Fortes, he finds Allen, who's just come on to Belmonte, and Belmonte could have won the game for us there. But Belmonte who has just come on. He fires it over the crossbar. Chelsea are tiring. We are tiring. Fortes is on his last legs now. Bonilla, Carioca are very tired. Chelsea have a number of tired players now. We need to try and see this game out if we can, and we've picked up an injury. Lay has got himself injured. I have no more substitutions I can make. This is an absolute disaster. And this will be horrendous. So I've got 2 players now in the last 5 minutes or so playing out of position. We just got to hold on. There's going to be 5 minutes of added on time. We do have the ball, but I fancy now that Chelsea should win this game. We have players, 2 of them, playing totally out of position. I have Fortes playing at centre-back. And I don't think that we can win this game now. I think that's the cruelest blow ever. But Chelsea have wasted an opportunity there. He was in space all on his own, and I think we need to just see this game out. It is full time. We have somehow beaten Chelsea. We were not the best team, but we have beaten Chelsea by 2-1. We've picked up another injury though, and we can not afford to do that. Everyone thought we were going to lose. I think we were going to lose as well. But we have beaten Chelsea. And it's Chelsea 1, Norwich 2. We are into the FA Cup semi-final. I don't know if we can keep doing this. And Lay has suffered. He's going to be out for 4 to 6 weeks now. I only have 2 central defenders left now. It really is a nightmare. And we can see that Newcastle here are reported to be launching a bid for Fortes. They're going to come up with a deal worth 74 million. We're not going to get that to spend. We might get 30 million of it to spend. But at the end of the day, he wants to leave. He will have to leave. We have a big game in the Champions League next. We have to go and get the team ready to face Milan away. We need to be out of one of these competitions. I'm hoping it might be this one. Although you want to win every football match, if we lose to Milan, I will not be too unhappy. We will be right back as soon as we have set the team up for Milan. And so we have arrived at the second leg of the Champions League quarter-final. And my team is in desperate straits. And the reason for that is I only have 1 player on the bench. And if we have a look further down, most of my players are now on international duty. I have 2 players who are injured and suspended, but everyone else has gone away on international duty. I'm not quite sure of the legality of playing this game when you only have 1 player on the bench. I have 2 fullbacks playing at centre-back. I have Puk playing in midfield. I've got Finardi playing out on the wing. We have absolutely no chance in this game. So we'll go into this and close our eyes and hope for the best. And the team today is Götze in goal with Mbemba, Carioca, Allen and McSweeney at the back, Belmonte and Puk in midfield, Zaprapoulos, Finardi, Kitambala and Neil make up the rest of the team. I only have 1 substitution, that is Wilden. These players have to play for 90 minutes. They have to get tired, and that's the end of the matter. I don't believe I have ever come across a more bizarre situation in FM than this. This would not be allowed to happen in real life. And I'm not really quite sure why it's being allowed to happen in FM. This is really stupid. I've just got 13 players left in my squad, and we are playing in the quarter-final second leg of the European Champions League. This is a situation which would never happen, and all I can do is just hope that we put up a good performance, that we don't get beaten 9 or 10-0. Milan, and they're doing okay actually against Milan. We haven't had any of the possession. I think what I'll do in the second half is I need to slow everything down. These players have got to last 90 minutes, and it's unlikely that they're going to be able to do it. Well done by Mbemba, and we have somehow managed to clear that up. I'm not quite sure what's happened here, but I actually think that maybe what I will do is slow everything down. Because we haven't got the possession, let's go and make those changes now. And so we have made those changes. I really can't afford. I mean, I have Clark Pook already, who's exhausted. I only have Wilden, who can come on for him. And this is really not fair. This is just like totally unacceptable from FM that they're able to play this game. We are playing against Milan, who are a fully fit team here. And we just have 13 players. I can't make any substitutions really apart from one, unless I bring my goalkeeper on as a centre-back. Milan are going to score. It looks very easy for Milan, but somehow we've cleared it. And Zaprapoulos tries to bring it forward, but he can't. The only thing I can do is slow it down, try to be very defensive, and Milan have scored. And I'm really not that bothered. As long as it's not 10-0, I'm not that bothered. We shouldn't be in the Champions League anyway. And this is cheating. The game has actually now been found out for cheating. You cannot play a game like this when you only have 13 players. And if this is the only way that the game can beat me, then that's fine. And this is the most ludicrous situation that I have ever been in FM. In my entire life playing this game, and I've been playing it since 2011, and this is clear cheating. And I can't do anything other than just accept it. It's satisfactory at best. We need to improve. You can make a difference. Go out there, make a difference. But I doubt whether they can. And the thing is, with this makeshift team, with this team that's playing two fullbacks at centre-back, we're holding Milan to 1-0. And that's what makes the game really, really silly. Clark Pook is now very, very tired. And so I brought Kitambala back into midfield. Pook can go in as the shadow striker, and Wilden can play up front. Wilden, who is very, very tired himself, coming on. And I just don't think this is fair. I don't know what you guys think. Have you ever seen anything like this in your life before? And then the game decides, oh yeah, we'll only let them win 1-0. We should be absolutely hammered by Milan in this game. We're away and we don't have a team. And we're playing players out of position. And the game is letting us play this game and keeping us in this game, which is really silly. And there's a ball over the top for Wilden. Is he going to score? He's fired it over the bar. And I'm glad he didn't score, because that would have been nonsensical. And we now just have to see this game out as best we can. Let me know in the comments, guys, if you have ever seen anything as stupid as this before in FM. Have you ever come across this situation? I've now got Pook, who's absolutely out on his feet now. And I don't really know what else to do. There's nothing I can do except bring my goalkeeper on as the shadow striker. It's a real mess, and this game should never have taken place. And if it goes to extra time, it is going to be the most nonsensical game ever played. And please let me know if you've ever come across anything like this. We need to be letting the game play. And Wilden's in. Can Wilden equalise? Will we put it past the post? Wilden, who came onto the field tired, had a glorious opportunity there. And again, I'm happy he didn't put it in, because this game would have been the silliest game ever in the world if we had got something out of this game. I'm happy that it's only 1-0. We've done really well with that makeshift team. And imagine having two very short fullbacks. And I'm not going to be aggressive with them. You did yourselves proud. You did yourselves very, very proud. I need to rest them for 2 days now. Although I think there is an international break just about to begin, which is why most of my players have gone. And that ends our European Championship campaign for this year, and it ends in an absolute farce. An absolute farce. Let me know, guys, if you've ever seen anything like that in your entire life. And so that's it for this episode. We'll come back at the end of the season. We do have the FA Cup semi-final to negotiate. We'll come back for the FA Cup semi-final and the game against Bournemouth, and then we'll work our way towards the end of the season for the final episode. And that's it for this video. If you are brand new to the channel, then why not subscribe, like, watch, comment, help the channel to grow, and help us to support the British Heart Foundation. Well, I honestly don't know what to make of that. I really don't know. I don't know what you guys think, but I'm totally flabbergasted. All that remains to be said now. Stay safe, and we'll see you in the next episode.